Here's the problem with adopting a dog is a lot of people spend more time looking for the right Range Rover than the right Rover. And I'm telling you, do your research before you go looking for dogs, whether this is a puppy or a canine senior citizen, because once you're down there and you see those little soft brown eyes, or that one that had been in the back of the shelter cage for a year and suddenly walks up to see you and you go, oh my gosh, let's take it home. You have to look at what your home is going to be like. Do you want a dog that is a lap dog, as in sitting in your lap, or do you want a lap dog that runs laps with you around the local high school running track? Do you have a lot of time to be home with a dog that needs somebody a lot? Do you want a dog that is very active and can be active with you? Do you want a dog that can haul its own weight camping? Do you need something to alert you? I always tell people, never get a dog bigger than what you can carry, because if you have a multi-story house and you have a pet emergency, how are you going to get that dog out of the basement or upstairs down on the ground floor and into a car? Plus, bigger dogs eat more and they go to the bathroom more. So do your research first before you ever look at a dog, no matter where you're looking at it, whether it's to buy a puppy from a breeder, whether you're going to the shelter. I love people to adopt from a shelter, and there's several reasons why. One of those is the behaviors of these dogs have already manifested themselves. So the shelter personnel kind of know, does this dog get along with other dogs well? Is it social around young children and elderly people? Does it bother if you have cats going by it? So a lot of these behaviors have already manifested themselves, plus the dog is already house trained. So if you get a dog that's, say above a year of age, it's already house trained, the behaviors are already apparent, it's already gone through the terrible twos in the teenage years in that first year, and that can make a fantastic pet for you to take home. One of the things I hear all the time, I'm just not home enough. It's not fair to the dog. So I want you to think, cage at the shelter, couch at my home. Cage at the shelter, couch at my home. Which one would the dog prefer to be in?
Come here. Come here. Who's a good boy?
You might talk to your veterinarian, what would fit my lifestyle? You know the other pets I've had. You know what my ability to pay is. What kind of dog should I be looking at? What I will tell you, never, ever, ever buy from a pet store. No, don't go in there. Don't buy from them. Almost all those are from puppy mills. And it's been proven that there's severe psychological and medical damage that has been done. You're not doing that dog a favor by buying in there. So by not buying, you're going to force these things to go out of business. And we still want to support local breeders that are reputable that keep these breeds alive. So you've done your research. You maybe even talked to your veterinarian. You know what I can afford to pay. You know my landlord allows this size of dog. You know I have this kind of lifestyle that matches up. So, once you've done your work and you pick this perfect pet out at the shelter, and again, sometimes you're going to fall in love for all the wrong reasons. You went in to get a small long-haired dog like I told you on TV, and you got exactly the opposite. You got a giant short-haired dog. But, you fall in love for the wrong reasons, works sometimes as well. But, when you take it home, you want to really create kind of a welcome home for it. That it has, what I like to see do if they've had certain bedding there is to take that bedding with you and borrow it a little bit from the shelter and actually take it home with them so it still has those kind of smells. Get it the kind of food at the pet store that is indescribably delicious. So much better than what they had at the shelter. And again, physical contact. Dogs love to come up next to you, and once they start to feel, safe enough and they come up by you and you're sitting there with them on the edge of the couch there, just that close physical contact, and within 90 to 120 seconds, there is a biochemical spa treatment that takes place. Both of you get this surge of oxytocin, that's the hug hormone, serotonin, what people take, the runner's high, or what we take Prozac for. You get an increase in phenylethylamine, that thing in chocolate that causes women just to go, oh, I love this chocolate. So believe it or not, When you're sitting there side by side with that dog rubbing it, even myself, you know, in my late 50s, it's like a mother nursing a baby eating a chocolate bar. That's the kind of spa treatment I get. And rather than being parasitic, the dog gets exactly the mirror image. So there hasn't been another domesticated species in about 5,000 years, and of all the domesticated animals, only the dogs and cats have broken down our hearts and homes. And in millions of homes across North America, only dogs are sitting beside millions of Americans every night.